What's going on? Oh, this is. Ah! Trying to get back to my page. Hold on a second. There we are. Hi, everybody. Hi to my replay crew. Cookie, we're all holding it together. Trying to, anyways, right? Right, guys? Yeah. We're all holding it together. And Cookie's got his high hose all for ya. There we go. Cookie's got lots to say, and I got Coco on my lap. She's been a nightmare. She's been a nightmare, just in case anyone wants to know. We got a lot going on here. Everyone wants to see Izzy. Let's see Izzy. Everyone wants to see Izzy. Izzy's been good. I got a nice bed set up downstairs for her. Poor Izzy. Brad keeps taking her for walks. She's like, I know you miss Ellie, but I can't do all these walks. So we might as well just talk about it. Is she upset? Yesterday, uh, while Ellie was here that last day and we were all in our slumber party, Izzy laid right beside her, calmly and peacefully. They slept together, face to face. Um, Izzy had to go. The vet said, according to studies and behaviorists and all that stuff, he says it's best if other dog is uh, the other dog is put away, and then once Ellie is passed, then Izzy can come out and say goodbye. And when Izzy came out to say goodbye, she kind of sniffed her, but she was agitated a bit. Um, yeah, she was agitated mostly. And then the vet said that when they take out Ellie's body, like he told us what to do. So when Brad and him take out Ellie's body, it's best for Izzy not to be there. According he does this for a living, so it's like he gets his information from behaviorists. Where's Coco? She's trying to get this now. Here. She's trying to he got his information. It's been studied by behaviorists and everything. So Ellie, when Ellie's body left, Izzy was locked away. But as soon as uh, Ellie was safely in the car, Izzy came out and started running around. She came out onto the deck and started running around like frantically. I'm trying, guys. I'm trying. She came out and ran around sniffing the air frantically, like where'd she go? Where'd she go? Kind of in a panic. But then she came in and she's just been kind of, well, she doesn't want to lay on the blankets. We've been loading the blankets, wash, wash, wash. So many blankets in the past week, and they all smell like Ellie. I brought one downstairs, and she smelled every inch of that blanket, like every square inch of that blanket. She sniffed. She's got a super smeller, that one, and she didn't really want to lay on it. I mean, everything smells like Ellie right now, right? So, but she didn't. She didn't try and take like every night before bed. Ellie would race. As soon as she thought Brad was going to bed, she'd race in and take the bed beside uh, Brad. So she didn't want Izzy to steal it, right? So she was always one step ahead of the game. And the rare instance Izzy would get to bed before Ellie, it was always like a big sad event. We never kicked her off, of course, but. Last night, Izzy didn't race in to get the bed beside Brad. She just went back. She went to her normal spot. But the weird thing was, like, the birds have been like, ugh, really hard to handle when I'm trying to keep a peaceful home. Like, I was really trying to keep it peaceful here the last couple days, like low stress, quiet, birds happy. Um, and yesterday, they weren't too bad yesterday, but soon as Ellie passed away, the whole room erupted. Every bird screamed. Every single bird screamed. And the vet looked at me. He said, they know. So it's interesting how animals are, eh? Isn't it interesting how animals are? Hi ho. So let's get back to these comments. I was just talking without reading. Um, birds are fine now. Everyone's okay. It's a sad one. It wasn't, I tried not to make it sad though. I didn't want it to be sad. Because she wasn't sad. She wasn't a sad dog. She was a happy dog. I have so many funny stories. It's funny, well, it's not funny. I really don't talk, I don't talk about the dog much on this channel. Well, because no one watches the videos, right? If I do videos about the dogs. And Ellie, Rue yells out the window. I don't talk about the dogs much because no one really. Because what? She's mad now that I closed the window. Let's let her get it out of her system. What? She's telling me off. Okay, guys. He's on. Okay, here, let's go. I'll leave the room. I don't really want to look at. Is he going? There we go. Hmm. There you go, Coco. What was I saying? What was I saying? Let me look around. Oh yeah, I tried not to make the video sad because Ellie wasn't sad. She was a happy girl. Like she was the happy in our house for sure. Thank you, everyone. I read the comments. I try and I read all the comments. I can't really respond to them all, but I do read them. Coco, Izzy will grieve. We got lots of the. Oh yeah, that's right. I didn't really do videos about the dogs because no one watched the dog videos. I mean, I posted the video yesterday of Ellie and people unfollowed me. I don't care, but people don't want to see sad, right? And they're not here to see dogs. They're here to see birds. So, but that doesn't mean that they weren't. Uh, Ellie was half the house. I mean, really, because she was like crazy. And Brad was like Ellie. It was all Ellie, Ellie. Where's Ellie, 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 Ellie? And she did carry a toy on walks, and she did it because everyone thought she did it because she was just a cute German Shepherd, but really she did it was so that she wouldn't bite people or bark. Uh, the photo was right at her house. That photo of the rainbow, I Ellie's body left in the car, and I saw the sun and I saw the rain, and I looked up. I thought maybe, well, I just asked. I was coming outside and I just asked, please send us a sign that Ellie's okay. I know it's soon, but please. And I just looked out and there was a rainbow. I couldn't believe my eyes. I ran in. I go, Brad, Brad, look, there's Ellie. And that brought me so much comfort because I mean I know Ellie is fine. I was just worried that she'd linger or something. I don't know. I don't know anything about that stuff, but in my world, in my belief system, they linger if they're not. I don't know if they miss you or whatever. But she went right up there right away, and I'm sure she was ready to bark at everybody. I bet she barked right up through those gates, just barking her head off. I'm trying to get to these comments. I really appreciate everyone saying all the things all you've said and the support. What a blessing it was for me to have all these people care about her. It does. I needed to know that. I needed to know that. I know when what was it? Who passed away? B. When B passed away, my African gray. I must have sat on that computer all day, looking. Do animals go to heaven? Who's had a? I even like have like I would search for people who've had like life after death experiences, and I looked. I said, did they see their animals? Did they see their animals? That's all I wanted to know. Okay. Stop. Stop. Just stop. Let's see. So I don't know. I think they're there. I definitely think that they go there. But I would search and search and search. That's what I. Okay, you are obnoxious. Like really obnoxious. I think they are, Palma. That's what I've seen. I see all sorts of like I follow this lady that's an animal communicator, and that's what she says. She says they're close to spirit. I don't know. She could be a hoaxer. Oh my gosh. And we're so lucky that she didn't die in distress. Hold on. Stop. 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 Because he said normally when animals have this type of cancer, they die in distress because the tumor bursts and the blood uh, leaves all their veins and arteries and they end up bleeding out and suffocating. I was thinking, thank freaking God that that didn't happen because that would have been very devastating for both of us. He did. He went back to work. Thank you, Catherine. It was. I wanted it to be happy. I don't want to be crying. I cry enough. Go to bed, cry. Wake up, cry. Cry, cry, cry. But oh my God, I want to strangle you. Did you guys hear that? Hear me say that? Clip it. I want to strangle Rue. Can I strangle you, please? He says, "Okay, that's yeah. No, I'll be quiet." Thank you, Anthony. Yeah, you can replay this. I don't know if you want it with all the birds with uh Rue screaming. Brad is people worrying about Brad. He's taking it very hard. Very, very hard. Um, Jess's Finn, him and Ellie, yeah, they got along fantastic, but Izzy made sure they didn't play because Izzy didn't approve of their relationship. No, I won't hear anything about him other than the lady. It is hard when they die, but each death gets easier. I'm afraid to say it's just like you've learned coping skills. And I always was like, what I said to Brad, I was like, when she was with us when we were having our slumber party, I said, Brad, I'm just so worried that who's going to meet her when she's there? Who's going to meet her? She doesn't have anyone that she knows there. And then I thought, oh, and Brad says, no, my dad. And it's right because Brad's dad, he was a dog person, but he wasn't like just like a normal person that's like, oh, nice dog, whatever. But he always said he's Izzy would sit or Ellie would sit beside him and say he'd always pet her head and say, I like this one. I like this one. Because they felt they had to pick between the two. And he always said, I like this one. So and then Brad's sister, she passed away too, and she loved Ellie. So she has Brad's family there, which is perfect because Brad is her person. We got some. I have so many funny stories about Ellie. Like I said, I even have a page dedicated to the dogs. I think I closed it, but I had a page. It was Tales of Izzy and Ellie. That's kind of what I started with, but because they were so funny, I would train them, and if you saw in the video of Ellie jumping the what is that thing where they do rallying? What are those things? Those something courses. Anyways, I would take Izzy and Ellie to a class, a private class on learning how to run those courses because I do anything to make these dogs happy, right? I was like, we need to find something for them, but they wouldn't be able to fit into a normal class. They were kind of, uh, well, they weren't, they just weren't that kind. So I'd have to pay for private lessons for them. And one dog would sit in the car while the other dog trained. And they loved doing it. They loved jumping and going through the tunnels and all that. I wish I had more pictures of that. I probably do on my other computer. We'll be okay. Izzy is, where are you, Izzy? She's just laying down. She was working all day with me. I never brought the dogs downstairs because Ellie shed so much. But Izzy's got her bed all set up down there. We've got so many dog beds here. I don't know. I don't know how many. I don't think she was on a blanket when she passed away. So I'll have to ask Brad which one it was. Oh, that's nice. Yep, Brad went back to work today. Yeah, well, I understand it. Sometimes people don't want to see others grieve because it's triggering, right? I get triggered when I see other people have lost their animals. It's okay. I don't mind. They just don't understand it. Ellie was 12 and a half. We're going to get another one of these. I'll let Brad decide on the picture. We'll get one just like that, and then we'll have both in our kitchen. And then her collar. Yeah, you were always on our walks, weren't you? You lost yours last month. Of course, she gets lots of love. The dog's gonna have enough. The dog's she's not as loving as her sister, so she's probably gonna have to live up to two dogs. Be two dogs. I don't know. I'm not worried about it. I understand it. But excuse how I look. I'm total camouflage now. This is Ellie's collar. So I was thinking of, I don't know, I was thinking of getting like maybe how many hearts are on it? Maybe get them turned into, I don't know, I was thinking sending it and having keychains made, or like maybe I can just cut it myself and put it in like a shadow box with the hearts, the four hearts. I don't know, I'll think of something. This was, I used to call her my big, big girl, Ellie Belly. I'd say, you're my big, big girl. Was the flop, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, Jane. Oh, thanks, you guys. He's not doing well. Yeah, that was one of my favorite videos too. When Ellie was getting cream on whatever ailment she had, and she Brad was trying to put the cream on her, and Floyd was right there, and he was jealous, and he bent over to try and bite her butt, and she moved out of the way, and then Floyd fell on his face, and then Brad scolded Floyd, and he sat there like a baby with he cried like a baby, quivering his lip. So funny. Definitely a sign. Ah, Lucy, I'm sorry. You know what? The countdown was killer. I'm not gonna lie. The countdown was killer. Trying to, let's see. I gotta check my Facebook. I see some of you sent stars. I want to thank you so much. I haven't been able to pay attention to my page. Thank you, Sally. Thank you, Sandy, so much. It definitely helps. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, guys. And if I miss anyone, thank you, Linda. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much, Terry Ann. Thank you. Thank you, Tina. So kind of you guys who send me stars. Oh, I've got so many stories about Ellie. So many. She was the one that we always told stories about. She was so funny. Yeah, I'm so lucky to have you guys. Brad reads all the nice comments too, but he can only read so many. Then he's got to go back. I couldn't believe that rainbow showed up. Honestly, that will be like a memory I'll never forget. Oh, really, Ingrid? That's beautiful. You got a rainbow too? Ah, Sharon, that's a nice sign. Oh, you saw a rainbow too? Every time I see a rainbow now, I'll see Ellie. I always try and, like, that's one of my coping skills is I always try and think of all their favorite things to do. And I was worried, like, what am I going to think of when I remember Ellie? Because I don't want to remember things that makes me sad, and it's a good way of me coping. Like Floyd, I picture him flying and singing and squawking, and and Dirk, I picture him walking on the beach with my mom because Dirk died after my mom passed, and my mom loved to walk on the beach. And my brother sent me a message. She said, "You know, mom needed a good dog to walk on the beach," and I knew. So I always picture Dirk walking with my dog, and I was worried. What am I going to think? What am I going to picture Ellie doing? And that'll help me. And I worried, and then I saw that rainbow, and I think, I picture that rainbow, and I think of her just running up and telling the world, she's telling everyone she's there. Oh, I just lost my. Oh, there it is. Jens is okay. We've kind of like been. I think she's mostly worried about us. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? I'm sure that when you see a rainbow now, you think of your daughter. I don't know if she really wants to be with them. Oh, I hope that's true. That's my wish. Oh, really, Paula? That's beautiful too. Thank you, Sue. Izzy is sleeping right now. She's been on too many walks. Brad's taking her. He's like, how am I gonna walk, Izzy, without Ellie? And then I said, but I think that's where he finds his peace. Remember when I first started going for walks with Brad and Izzy, and it was like so stressful because Ellie was always acting up, and Brad was always Ellie, Ellie, or he would just totally ignore her, acting like a jerk. And I was like, I can't handle this, so I stopped going on walks with them. Ah, that's nice. I believe that, Diane. She's sad. She's worried about us. Brad is really sad. Brad is really sad. I'm gonna strangle Rue comments now. I'm just going down the list. Um, I was thinking of that, Diane. I was thinking maybe I'll ask them if they have like an angel account where people donate to for those that can't afford pet care for themselves. Like, you know what I mean? But I don't know. I don't want to give tell them, oh, we're gonna do this for you. I'm gonna do this for you, and then nothing pans out. I feel terrible. You can't get used to them. How do we decide on the dog's names? Well, Brad named Izzy after his grandmother's middle name, and Ellie is actually Elliot. My daughter named her Elliot after that. Uh, I don't know. She was a girl in TV shows, and I'm like, that's a boy's name. So I just called her Ellie, but Brad would call her Elliot when she was in trouble. She will more than she wants. Cremated. Yeah. Oh, that's nice, Nancy. Oh, she was cute. Agility course. That's it. That's what Brad said. He was like, well, I closed the dog page. I closed it. I know you guys, all you guys do is see the bird photos and bird videos, but my phone is filled with dog videos and pictures. Filled. Thank you, Paula. Thank you so much. That's okay, Sandy. Thank you so much. Brad said, right, Michelle? That's why I don't really want to post a lot of sad stuff because I know it triggers people. And I don't want people to be sad. I want you guys to think of how funny girl she was. Brad says, Brad said, he goes, what am I going to do? How am I going to fill this hole in my heart? He says he feels like he wants to run out and get another dog that he can fuss over. Because honestly, Brad was like, oh, Ellie, that, it was always about Ellie. Where's Ellie? Ellie, come here. Ellie, Ellie, Ellie. Because Ellie was right at his feet all the time. So he feels a big emptiness. And I said, Brad, there'll never be another Ellie. Yes. No, it's not the same. It's a different love. That's how I ended up getting these two dogs. I tried to fill the hole with Dirk. Like I went to buy these dogs. I'm surprised she sold them to me, crying my eyes out, talking about Dirk. And I was like, okay, I'll take them. I just want to remember the rainbow. Thank you, everyone. It's hard. Yes, I don't know. I'm going to think of something. I don't want to. A shadow box, yeah. You know what? I'm going to skip to the current comments because I'm really behind. So I'm sorry if I don't address some of these comments. I'm just going to go to the current ones. There we are. You adopted a gray while you're crying your eyes out too. There's just some of us people are like that. No, Izzy, there's no way that we'd get another dog with Izzy here. Izzy would beat that dog up like crazy. Where's Rue? Oh, thanks, Sharon. That's nice. Thank you, Anne Marie. Thank you, Toby. Thank you, Trish. Thank you, Trish, so much, you guys. Ellie was 12 and a half. I'm so glad we saw that rainbow. Brad isn't as like into Brad isn't into all the signs and stuff, and I'm trying to make him believe that that rainbow was a myth. I think he liked it when I said, "Oh, she lived her life in color." So it was so fitting that she rode a rainbow to heaven. Thank you, Linda. Rue shut her trap. No, I don't need anything, Jocelyn. Please, no, I'm okay. Oh, I forgot that I actually went live with that rainbow. I wanted to prove to you guys that I really saw it. I wasn't sure if people would believe me. I don't know. I know Brad has, Brad has this sitting so he could see it. That was when, Finn was a puppy and Finn wasn't allowed to play with them. But Brad has this. This is from our bedroom. So we were thinking of getting a really big one of our favorite picture of Ellie. No, I think we'll. No, oh, not just Ellie. We're getting a really big one picture of Izzy and Ellie because they're there, right, Izzy? They're two of the same. Ah, two of the same. I don't know. I'm trying to think of all the. Do the pictures come on here? I know. I saw some of the people. They didn't understand what was going on. They didn't know. They thought I just left Ellie at the vet and had her put to sleep. I was like, oh my God. I thought, I'm not going to give that energy. Because you know when you post something and then the most relevant comment comes up? So, of course, it's the comment of a picture of Ellie sitting at the vet before she went to get all the tests. I had to leave her in the back before she got the tests. And she kept looking at the door, waiting for Brad and Izzy to come through. But people thought that was me leaving her there to get, because I kept doing the updates. So people thought it was me leaving her there to be euthanized. See you later. I thought I didn't want. I was really hoping most of the people didn't think I would do that. Yeah, I love signs. I love signs. They bring me comfort. I know. I was like, do these people really think I'm leaving her to be put to sleep? Coco was a PIA, a big PIA. Oh, okay. Yeah, it was just me. That's okay. I understand why people misunderstood it. See you later, Allie. Especially with a sister. Honestly, Carol, it wouldn't have really done anything if we knew sooner. It would just mean that one less day with her. It doesn't matter. They do. I like the headphones. I can't live without them. And now, even when the birds are asleep, I have to wear them because Brad's TV is so freaking loud. It's agitating. So I wear headphones all the time now. Well, did you see that last live where, uh, when Ellie was still with us, and Izzy or Coco was so jealous of Ellie's blanket that she was trying to get at the blanket. Yeah, no, she's totally plucked and everything. But I always listen to that song. I've been listening to that song. Aw, that's nice. That song, "Like a Rainbow" by the Rolling Stones. He lost his hearing actually when he worked in the oil rigs, so he's always been deaf. Coco couldn't care less. Yeah, so I've been listening to that all day and thinking of Ellie. I needed to see that rainbow. Have you guys listened to it? You guys know the song? I should do a video of all her pictures with that song. That is a good song. But that was the first one that came up. Oh, that's nice, Anne Marie. Yeah, Ellie. She was a funny girl. She was always looking for Brad, always looking for Brad. Be interesting to see how Izzy is. Izzy's kind of old. And I'm going to be honest with you. Uh, I'm not sure how long she'll stick around now that Ellie's gone. She might. She might. I always knew it was Ellie that was going to go first, though. Always. I remember when we got them at puppies, I said to Brad, I think she's the one that's going to go first. He said, no. I said, yeah. If Izzy went first, Ellie would have been heartbroken. Like, Ellie would have been looking out the door for Izzy the whole, like, until the day she died. I know that. Izzy's more mentally strong. Izzy's mentally stronger than Ellie was. Ellie was too emotional. I remember when Izzy was out at the vet's getting, I don't know, surgery or something, and she didn't care if Brad was here. She just sat and looked out our door, watching for Izzy to come home. Like, Ellie cared where Brad is. Like, that's all she cared about. But when Izzy wasn't here, she just sat and looked out the door, waiting for her to come. I can still see her in my head, waiting for her sister. Honestly, Toby, I'm sure I could, but it's so aggressive. There's nothing we could do for it. She already gets pain medicine. She already gets gabapentin. I mean, if we found out she had the same cancer as Ellie, we'd have to have her put to sleep. But should we do that? I don't know. I don't know. But like to like to be by on her own too, because Izzy's very thank you, Rachel. I didn't see that. I was too busy talking. Yeah, it's always the kinder thing to do. I can't I can't I can't watch animals suffer. Oh, that is like if like even when I was at the clinic, even if I was at the like when I was at the emergency clinic, I saw this lady with her poodle. The poodle couldn't stand, the poodle couldn't see, poodle couldn't hear, and I'm like there's no quality of life here, lady. Are you not like sometimes people can't see it. I can see suffering. I can see it and feel it. I don't pass judgment, but I'm like, oh. Wouldn't it be hard to be a doctor though? She's always been a mama's girl. So she's fine with that. He knows. He knows everyone's sorry. She didn't. She didn't seem sick. I can't. I can't go back in time and I can't. And the only thing I want to play over and over in my head is the rainbow. I really didn't think. I thought on the way home with Ellie, and I thought, how are we going to survive this next 24 hours? So we kind of just made it a family thing. She just was cuddled the whole time. I was like, Brad, I don't think she can breathe very good with you hugging her like that. And I opened the window. She, she, uh, she, um, she didn't mind her dad. No, it's Ellie. Ellie. We still have Izzy. We still have our beautiful, steadfast Izzy. Be interesting to see if Brad takes her for a walk tonight. That'd be so. I'd be like, Brad, maybe not. She's already had an hour walk today. Yeah, lots of chicken. Well, as much as she would stand. I had to give her to the chicken to her in tiny little scrap pieces. Then I go. I give them each turns. I give two piece of chicken to Ellie, one piece to Izzy, one piece to Ellie, one piece to Izzy, one piece to Ellie, one piece to Izzy. Oh, Elwood, that's a great name. I love that name. What a great name. Did you name after any of your pets Elwood? This vet, Leanne, oh my God. You know those people that ooze kindness? His calling is to do what he did yesterday. That was his calling. And he said himself, he said, I said, how do you become such a special person to do this for people? And he said he knows how much families love their animals, and he wants to be able. He wants to be able to bring them peace. But I think he does like vet visits too. Like, say Izzy didn't want to go to the vets and she was really scared, and you wanted a vet to a house call. I think he does that too. But he said uh, he has a vet at Granville Island Vet Clinic. That's the girls' vet. Her name is Dr. Rose. And I said, oh, you're so nice. I said, you remind me of Dr. Rose. And he says, I know Dr. Rose. He said, I'm going to say that she's the best vet in the city. She's so kind. And she, like she's kind. Like, people are kind and there's pretend kind and there's real kind. She's real kind. And she was so good with the girls always, and didn't need to make them wear a muzzle or anything. And he said that she's brilliant too. Brilliant. So my dogs will never ever see another vet other than Dr. Rose, even if I have to book appointment every month ahead of time. I went to bed at 7 last night. I love Elwood. What a great name. Thank you, Mary Clark. Thank you. Well, they recommended it. The company called Lifting Stars. I sent them the picture of the rainbow. They like that. I gave them a nice review. Posted a picture of Ellie with the rainbow and tagged them. I don't know. Maybe I should. Oh, Dylan, it's hard, isn't it? Yeah, right? It's only people can. There's only special people that can do that type of thing. Thank you, Ellen. Yeah. You, yeah, everyone hold a little bit of Ellie in your heart. That's sweet, Wendy. Thank you. Oh, he did? Was it the company or the vet? Every live, I'd be like, "Oh my God, Ellie, you guys do just go outside. You need to go outside. Okay, everyone, just leave me alone." Remember that? I don't think that'll be happening again. Yeah, we'll get something. You think it was the vet? Oh, nice. Newman's been scratching again. And he didn't have like a big flashy car advertising his services, the name of the company or anything. Just modest. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you guys liked the video. I tried so hard not to make it sad. Sid. No, that's oh yeah, that is Sid. Sorry. I'm like, no, that's Ellie. Your friend's parents doing the same thing? I think it's me. just like Duncan. It's me. I know you guys wanted to watch it, but I didn't want it. You guys to be crying and not be able to finish it. So I tried to get the sad out of the way first. Well, maybe I'll post more stories. There's so many of them. The skunk thing was the funniest though because this I even did it was like it was before I had my page. It was before we moved to this house, and I was just like all I did was post about the dogs, and I was in this private. There's a private group I'm in with German Shepherds people. It's just a small group, and I post always about the dogs and what they did and this and that. The dogs and the, the dogs. We lived in a condo, and uh, uh, every time the dogs got sprayed, everyone would go, whose dog got sprayed? And it was like, they because Brad was the manager, and they call and they say, Brad, someone's dog got sprayed, and we're like, oh, it was always our dogs, and it wasn't just one day; it was like the next day, and the next day, and the next day. like like they get sprayed. They got sprayed about 3 times, even in their face. They even got sprayed in their face, and then like they acted before they thought they were active. Like they acted out before their decision was the good decision was made. And then after a few sprays, they finally saw the skunk and like went to look at him and thought maybe not. But then the skunk started walking towards Brad, and then they thought, oh, we got to protect Dad from the skunk. And they charged that skunk, and they got sprayed again. Ellie passed away. She had cancer. Yeah. The one thing is, all of you guys, all have people, all have had animals that passed, and you all understand what it feels like. And I'm lucky that I have all you people saying these nice things to us because every animal deserves that too. So I sometimes feel guilty that um, my pets are treated special because they aren't really as they're no more special than everyone else's pet. Like all the dogs in shelters, and you know what I mean. Hmm. I think we'll see them in heaven. No, Chrissy. Yeah, I started just using. They did not like being sprayed. They'd roll all over in the building. They'd come running. They just, of course, they rolled on the grass all the way home trying to get it off. And then they come in the building and roll in the on the carpeting, and stink up the whole building. And we're like, oh yeah, I don't know whose dog got sprayed. The skunks are everywhere. I'm okay, Donna. I want to talk about nice things. I need to talk about happy stories and stuff. You will, Terry. I no need to pray for that. Oh, us. That's who I want to see. The minute I crossed over is all my animals. He's very sad. Oh yeah, that's what we were doing. Everyone said to bathe in tomato juice, but what we did is we used Head and Shoulders because they were sprayed so much. But we had that beautiful shower. Did you see the video? You saw the dog in the shower. We had this beautiful renovated bathroom. It was so fancy, and it had this beautiful shower in it, and all it was the dogs used it. It was funny. You just check. I gave Coco a box, but she just keep her mouth shut. Keep her trap shut. I did, Shelley. Yeah. Newman and the dogs. Oh, did I post that? Did I post that picture of Newman and the dogs? Newman thought he was the dog dad. He'd always go, because with the dogs, I was like, no, no, girls, stop it. Girls, stop it. So he would always sit there and say, no, stop it. Stop it, girls. We'll see if Sid always says, come here, Al. We'll see if Sid says that. She still will say that. She'll say, come here, Al. Be interesting if she says that. Yeah, he was the dog dad. And he would sit, because we had an open concept condominium. It was 2 stories. It was a penthouse. I mean, it sounds fancier than really what it was. But anyways, it was a penthouse and it had 2 stories. And Brad carved out underneath the stairs. It used to be a storage place under there. And we put the 2 dog crates, in, we put the 2 dog crates under the stairs. And I'd say, and I trained them because they were so aggressive, right? And people come into our house, the first thing we'd always say is, don't look at them. Because if you looked at them, they'd be triggered. So the dogs we'd always say, don't look at them. And so, and we'd always have a dish of treats beside the door. And so if people braved enough to come in, we'd say, don't look at them. And then so they come in staring straight ahead, right? And we say, just let them sniff you. Meanwhile, they're petrified, right? These 2 barking, crazy German shepherds. And then we'd say, and then because they were so volatile, I trained them to go in their crates with the word buckets. So I'd say, buckets. And they'd turn on a dime and they'd run into those buckets, and I close the door, crates. And then when we moved to this house, was it 7 years ago, I guess? Almost 8. We trained them, I bought them those big beds. They had those big Costco beds. I bought them each a new bed, and I said, okay, you guys, you can have big girl beds now. You don't need to be in crates. So funny. No, they did not. And then Brad would be like, Brad would always say, they're fine, they're good. Because he didn't want to have them put away. So even like just in the last few years when we'd have people over, the dogs would go barking everywhere and barking and charging at people. And Brad would go, they're fine, they're fine. I said, no, Brad, we got to put them away. He's like, no, they're fine. Meanwhile, they were not fine, but he didn't want them to be put away. So I'm reading all the comments, Donna. Thank you. It's hard for me to respond to them all. There's so many, but that doesn't mean Brad and I are both reading them. Oh yeah, we will, Chrissy. We all will. We did a pretty good job training them. I did a lot of training with them like that. What is that training? Not obedience. Uh, well, I guess obedience, but I took them to a special school and they learned three languages. I taught them commands in three languages. They knew French, German, and English. So they knew all the languages. And that I do that training, where they heel and they high step heel right at your heel, like serious healing. I would do that with them, and I teach them so many tricks. I taught them how to do the hokey pokey. We would do the hokey pokey. We'd do all sorts of stuff. And that was my big thing. To, that was before I was invaded with cockatoos. And then Izzy had those surgeries. You guys, how many of you guys were here when Izzy got her tore her ACL? How many of you guys were here when she tore her ACL? That's kind of when I stopped it because she couldn't sit anymore. Izzy's fine. She's sad, quiet. She's trying to keep up with her dad. You were you here, Chrissy? Yeah, so I stopped all that then. What else did they know? I used to always show people come over, I go, watch them. And I do all these things with them. I was teaching them the name of toys, but they didn't need a lot of teaching. And when I trained them, one would be in a kennel and the other would be out of the kennel. So one would watch me training the one, and then I'd let the other one out of the kennel. And she already knew what to do because she watched her sister. So it was always a competition. Who was the smartest? Who was the quickest? Izzy was the quickest to learn, though. Oh, I bet he liked the hot dogs. I used to train with hot dogs. Yeah. Well, I always thought that I was going to have these fantastic. You didn't know that. Really, Nancy? Yeah. That was my start. It's the best. What's your username on there? How'd you find out it was me? Yes, we got them when they were 15 weeks old. They weren't socialized. Oh, yeah, Jeanette. They weren't socialized when we got them, so they were like kind of lost causes. And they never really been friendly. Oh, really? Oh, you. That's funny. Actually, Avian Avenue was when I very first started posting on social media. I don't really have anything to do with the page anymore because uh, um, the administrators take care of the page. They'll just come to me if there's like a problem, and they don't even really come to me with that anymore. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, it's hard. You see Coco giving me a stink eye? Do you know why? Can anyone guess why Coco's giving me a stink eye? Yeah, we'll be okay. Cried enough. I still cry. I'm not done crying. Don't worry. I'm glad you guys watched the video, though. I wasn't sure if you would. I know it's like after I see someone's pet had passed away, and if someone makes a tribute video, I never watch it. I didn't want it to be one of those. I posted on my YouTube and my Facebook. It was posted this morning. Yeah, videos. They do. Okay, Coco, she's gonna squawk pretty soon. Yeah, I wanted to, I like that. That's what I want. A celebration. She was so silly. She needs to be celebrated. Me too. I can't watch them. Yeah, I went live briefly to show you guys the rainbow. I didn't want anyone to think that I made it up. I can't hold crying in. Maybe I'll see if I can get my old computer crashed and I lost everything on it. Maybe my old iCloud will have it on stuff. Maybe I'll do a video with the Rolling Stones rainbow song. You guys hungry? You guys can look at Izzy while you guys look at Izzy. Thank you, Shelly. Well, what are you mad at? The beautiful Izzy. She's so tired from all the walks Brad's been taking her on. Brad takes her on walks because I think that's how he feels. Uh, that's where he can find Ellie. That's where he finds Ellie. Oh, did you hear her? Did you hear Sid? Did you guys hear Sid? She said, "Come here, Al." Did you guys hear her? She said, "Come here, Al." Corn. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys that. Forgot to tell you guys that when the doctor was here, um, Sid kept offering him an apple. It's okay, Izzy. You're not in trouble. You're not in trouble, sweetie pie. Do you want to be on videos now? Huh? She doesn't like too much stuff. Yeah, do some fun text saying apple, apple, apple. Hi. Hi, Cookie. I'm here. Oh, yeah, that's right. He's like, did she just say apple? I said, yeah. And she's like, apple, apple. Right, Sid? Apple. Yeah. Corn. Hmm. Is that the words, Carol? Is that different rainbow? Yeah, it's coming. Grapes. Grapes. Drink. 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 Apple. Apple. Corn. Christmas. Apple. She talks more when she's out. And grapes said, yeah. When she's out, she talks more. I'm trying to trick her to come out because she doesn't want to come out knowing that Newman's out. So I'm trying to trick her more to come out at night. She gets all her talking out of the way because she talks when we go to sit and watch TV. I've been watching that show on HBO. What's that one? That True Detective? Who's watching True Detective? Sid just talks and talks and talks through the whole thing. We are in Vancouver, Canada. We're okay, Dorothy. Don't feel bad. We all lose our pets. Anthony, if you're watching, yes, Brad would love it. Thank you. Did you hear me? Oh, it's so creepy. Happy birthday, Clover. I hope you have a good one. I hope your mom fills your bowl with melon. What's Clover gonna have for her birthday? You guys haven't seen Clover. She's so pretty. Just wait for it to cool down. It's too hot. Thanks, Angie. Thanks, everyone, for watching. I'm not making this depressing. I learned my lesson when I went live sobbing about Floyd for how many days straight? Anthony is going to send us Italian food tonight. He said that it's a Italian tradition when someone passes. That's nice. Thank you, Anthony. As soon as I feed the birds, we'll get off. As soon as the food cools down. Coco has been an absolute nightmare. She's been doing that. She doesn't say mama anymore. She says that. Yeah, I'm learning how to deal, Donna. I'm learning coping skills. Or maybe I'm just getting better at bearing it. But I did do the ugly cry. I did do the ugly cry. When I first found out and I had to call Brad. I think I've done the ugly cry a few times actually. You got to do the ugly cry, otherwise it's not grieving until you do that. Anyways, you guys, I'm gonna go. Thank you all for watching. I really appreciate you guys sticking with me through this. Okay. Stop. I really appreciate everyone sticking through it with me. You didn't unfollow me. I gotta get back to bird content tomorrow. We will. Thank you guys. Hello, Sid. Hello. Hello. Good night, everyone. And to the replay crew, I see you guys too, and I really appreciate it when you guys watch the replay. Thank you. Good night, everyone. Have a good night.